All right, welcome everyone to our open house webinar about the Mars Science and Engineering Certificate and 7-day program after ISRU's SSP 2022 in Lisbon, Portugal. I'll be speaking along with Dr. Rodrigo Ventura here, more about the program, the details, the schedule, the application, and the research projects. So here's an overview to the certificate program. We're planning to unite, up to 30 students, 15 plus lectures, a lot of researchers. In late August, as a 1-credit program, really about the post-arrival activities of humans and life in abiotic systems on the surface of Mars. And so the current cost of the program is around 660 euros for an estimated 30 to 40 plus hours. Really think this is a wonderful opportunity, really these close-knit environments and small class sizes and labs. And so we think this will make a wonderful interactive learning environment, but really more hands-on and project-based is where we're leaning as well. Leave it to Rodrigo to speak more as well. Rodrigo's currently one of the faculty over there at IST, and he's really helping lead some of the on-site planning.
So do you want me to present slides? Do you want to stop sharing? Okay. So let me start. Just one sec. Okay, can you see the slides? Okay, good. So good morning or good afternoon, depending where you are, everybody. So my name is Rodrigo Ventura. I'm faculty professor at Instituto Superior Técnico and researcher at Institute for Systems and Robotics. And I'll present you slides that were done by Helena Galhardo. She's Vice President of Tagus Park, to give you a brief introduction about the campus, okay? And so IST, so Instituto Superior Técnico, or just Técnico, is the largest Portuguese school on architecture, engineering, science and technology. It was founded in 1911, Alfredo Bensaúza, and we have 3 campi around the big area of Lisbon. So, and we have a total of 11,000 students and 1,700 faculty. So the 3 campi are Alameda, Loures, and Tagus Park. So Alameda was the original one, so where the IST was founded. And then later on Tagus Park, so the third one was created in a technological camp. And in the middle we have a national lab that was integrated into IST, more focused on nuclear science. Okay, so now focusing on the Tagus Park campus, so it is more or less 20 years now when it was built with this idea of fostering the connection between academia and industry, because it is really close to the Tagus Park, and it is inside the Tagus Park Technological Park in the municipality of Oeiras. And so these are a few pictures about the campus. This is the area, top view. So here at the top side, you see the main building of the technological park, and this is the area that is owned by IST, by Technic, and its building. Okay, so the building itself, we have more or less 40 classrooms, we have another 95 offices. So we have libraries, health services, social spaces, and parking, free parking. We have a sports field that is managed by the Students Association, and we have nearby students resident with these 66 single rooms and 8 double rooms. We are in the process of finding the feasibility of using this space for the Mars University because it's a walking distance, and so it's extremely convenient. But yeah, so in the campus of Tagus Park, we have more or less 1,000 undergrad students, 500 masters, and 67 PhD students, 18 non-faculty, 48 residence faculty, and 30 technical administrative staff. So, and there are faculty that, so the actual faculty that teach there is more than these 48, because there are many professors that teach in both camps. For instance, in my case, although my activities are more on mainly on the Alameda campus, I have in one semester already taught at Tagus Park. So when we see in terms of research, these are the area of research, the research centers that we have at Tagus Park, so on space, oceans, health, bioengineering, social systems and sustainable urban systems and digital transformation and citizenship. Okay, in terms of education, there are some of the master's and bachelor's degrees that are on the Tagus Park campus, and these are the ones that are there. Okay, can skip this. So this is a picture of when the satellite telecommunications room that we have there, that is managed by the group that is building the first Portuguese Cubesat that is to be launched this year, the IST-SAT project. So it's the first satellite entirely built in Portugal, and they have this telecommunications room where they can download and upload data from satellites. They have a few antennas on the ceiling, so this is something that we could visit during this program. And so at the IST, and I would say in the countries, the research is done. So the departments of the school are focused on teaching, and all of the research is done in research centers that are separately funded by the National Science Foundation. And these are the research centers that are either entirely at Tagus Park or have some presence there. Okay, so the Bioengineering and Bioscience Institute, the try to translate, so Center of Management of IST, Innovation, Technology and Policy. We have an ISRU, a very big research center with many places in Portugal, Institute for Telecommunications and Institute for Systems Robotics. It is where my research center. We have our main labs at Alameda, but we have some presence in Tagus Park, and in particular we have in Tagus Park a tank for ocean robotics, and we also have an air-bearing table for space robotics experiments. Okay, in terms of areas of research, we have in ISRU social robotics lab, games lab, and augmented reality and virtual reality lab. So these are labs in ISRU that have presence in Tagus Park, that are in Tagus Park. What I mentioned before, the IST Nanosat lab, where they are building, and I mean, they have already built, it's about to be launched, IST-SAT-1, this CubeSat, and it involves all of these research centers. We have a social innovation lab, a STEM cell engineering and medicine lab where they have a clean room for these experiments. We have what I was mentioning in terms of the ISR, the Nair Marine Robotics Studio. So it's a lab where we have both facilities for oceanic robotics and also space robotics. And also we have some space for drones with a motion capture system. And then just assembly systems lab IN+. Okay, so we usually have a Tagus Park campus open day where everybody can come, and we have some activities with high school students. So, and also some cultural events at Tagus Park. So going some outreach activities to the society, and that's it. So this is a very brief presentation about the Tagus Park, and I wish you all a pleasant stay here. So many questions? Okay, cool.
Yes,
That's the word to you.
It's very, very exciting and awesome to see what you guys have accomplished there at IST, and think there's a lot of potential synergy with during the program and before. And it's also the first Portuguese CubeSat. Is really exciting. It makes you wonder about, which other countries are launching or have yet to launch CubeSats. And the opportunities there involved.
And it started as an educational project. So master's thesis, PhD thesis that were building blocks. I mean, with the goal of learning by doing, by building from scratch. And then they went to these fly our thesis and launch our thesis, which is the instrument that will allow them to do the launch. It is planned to be on the first Ariane 6 flight later this year.
Awesome. It would be really cool to if we could try to coordinate some kind of talk or visit in person. Okay. Let's see here. So here's our team and staff so far. We've had monthly planning meetings over the past several months, and Alice here is one of our teaching associates, and he's currently at SSP on site, and Abhishek is here with us as well, calling in from India, and we met him during the last SSP. Glad to have him here. And then we're also discussing and looking to collaborate with more teaching associates and researchers and liaisons before and during the program. So here's the pre-program timeline. The applications are currently expected to close on this upcoming Monday, and planning to review applications and send the letters the following week. It's coming up, so be sure to apply soon. And then with another meet and greet later this month, and the tuition payments shortly after that, and so that should help our team and everyone plan for the program. And so here's the tuition cost and financial aid available. It's expected around 30 euros per day for meals and 30 for lodging. The total, and then 400 total for tuition. The total will be around 660 euros for the 7-day certificate. And we're planning to offer 3 full scholarships for online participation as well. Yeah. And here are interested guest lecturers and that are planning to give lectures or interested, and can let Rodrigo speak more to some of his colleagues and faculty here too, if I jump in.
Yeah. So Patrícia Gonçalves, so she's the lead of LEAP, which is a leading institute in Portugal in particle physics, and so she could contribute with a lecture in the radiation effects and modeling the way that the radiation interacts with materials. Then João Sanches is from so Patrícia, she's associate professor at physics department at IST. João Sanches is a full professor at the biomedical engineering department, and although his core research is in biomedical engineering, he has been teaching courses on on connecting sensors, getting data, signal processing, and so he could contribute with some hands-on experience on getting data from soil and in that area. And then Vasco Guerra could not be here today, and I'll pass the word for maybe to Tiago Silva to introduce Vasco and also you, Tiago.
Sure, no problem. So Vasco Guerra is an associate professor from IST. So I worked with him for 5 years, 5-6 years. So I'm a researcher at IST. And we have been working on the in-situ research utilization for CO2 conversion on Mars. So we explored this technology called plasma. So it's an ionized gas. So we want to, use the conditions of Mars to simulate these conditions in the laboratory, to simulate how much oxygen we can produce on Mars. So I guess this guest lecture from Vasco will be based on this topic of in-situ research utilization.
Okay, thanks, Tiago.
Sounds awesome. Nice to meet you, Tiago.
Nice to meet you.
That would be awesome to have him join us for the next meet and greet. Yes. And Arno here is sort of an expert in with plants and astro botany, and so he's going to be giving a lecture and hopefully can help advise some of the research and projects on site with the Regolith. And Ilaria here is one of our faculty for human factors as well, and she's going to be giving a lecture. So here's the current working draft of the program schedule that we have so far. It's coming together. I think it's around half the way there. We have like 5 or so more spots for in-person and online lectures. And then around 3 or so more for labs. And so I think this is really an opportunity for each of you to help design your own education. And if you're interested in hearing from anyone, let us know, and we can reach out to them and add them in. With a general flow of having a few seminars and labs, and then one lab in the morning, and then each of us, we can work on research projects in the afternoon after lunch, and then on Friday we'd everyone would present their research projects, and we'd have a culture night afterward. The tradition of ISU and SSP, I think, that really unites everything. And then some final talks and lectures on Saturday as well, and with starting out with a reception on Sunday as well, after the SSP is over in late August. And so here's this kind of call for research experiments and team projects that where we're really looking to help make this hands-on and provide access to equipment to support authentic research. And so we're thinking that students and participants, we can either be grouped into teams or lead their own projects, and then work on them for several hours each day. And so we're planning to order a up to 20 kilograms of the MGS-1 Mars Regolith Simulant from Regolith Labs, and with some additional equipment on site, and hopefully some of the equipment there with IST too, and with the who Rodrigo mentioned. So we're discussing about potential access and about what would be synergistic, and we're thinking it'd be exciting. I don't know. We know if we may or may not have a vote toward the end and kind of discuss, like which idea here holds the most potential to make life multiplanetary, and in that final Friday we could all kind of vote, and then with the potential possibility that the winning team would receive a $2,500 to $500 grant or scholarship on behalf of MarsU, to support future participation in our courses and classes. And so here are the current project requirements and expectations. We'd expect each participant to develop and present, develop a 4-page study, whether it be a feasibility study, literature review, but really kind of more toward the data collection and analysis, and so kind of well blended together and included in the presentation as well, and then hopefully we can help coordinate some meaningful advising and collaboration as well on site and in person. I think there's around a 3-week or so lead time with the simulant, and so we plan to order this MGS-1 from Regolith Labs in early August, and we had a wonderful seminar with them too last month, and they presented a lot of more details into their synthesis and manufacturing process. Yeah. Here's a slide on kind of the mineral properties, weight, and particle size, range, density, and so the intention is that some of these physical properties might be help us understand how the models of the research experiments relate to what's observed and from the experiments. And here's a slide on a nice study as well from other simulants that have been developed and characterized that might help us evaluate how some of this soil and minerals compare with the actual surface regolith on Mars. Yeah, and I'm glad to send these slides over as well afterward. Thanks everyone for listening.
Shall we open the floor for questions, Cole?
Yes.
Just one small question about this seminar that it's scheduled to Vasco, just to be sure that I send the right message. So it's supposed to be 2 seminars, right? Divided into parts? Or is it supposed to be something else? I mean, a seminar and a visit, or I mean, I don't know what has been planned, just for you to let me know.
Yeah, I think here's the schedule again. We're thinking each seminar could be around 50 minutes total, but like I don't know, 30 minutes for a presentation and then enough time for an open discussion and Q&A afterward. And yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe some practical activity, that I think that we could put it that way. So in that slot, if Vasco wants to do some more practical, I think this would be interesting. Maybe one slot more focus on some presentation, and then the other slot focus on some practical activity with the students. I think that might be interesting.
Okay, yes, I was thinking something more towards that way. Yeah, I will check with him. Maybe he will enter in contact with you. But yeah, we will try to think on something nice to present.
Awesome.
And yeah, these times aren't set in stone currently, so everything's just kind of we've just started putting things down on the table, and so the times of lectures are kind of fluid, and we need to confirm them. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. I was just out of curiosity. So the 20 kilogram stimulant that is going to be purchased, do you have an idea of the volume?
Yeah, we're gonna find out next weekend. We've got 20 kilograms with one of our first alumni in California, but I think generally like a small area, enough to be portable, and potentially carried in our luggage on the plane, or however they ship internationally.
Okay, and I was thinking that maybe that could be some possibility of doing some robotics experiments, but for that, I mean, to have some robot, but then you need to spread Regolith over a surface, and then I was wondering, I mean, how big can it be? Can the height that we could feel something such that the wheel does not touch the base, and how big could it be? A small robot or something bigger? Something that might be interesting to explore. I mean, if the volume is too slow, I mean, forget it. We cannot do that. But if it is enough to put it in some area, you could have a small robot moving around just to visualize the traction effects and the wheel interaction with the Regolith. It might be interesting.
Well, sounds like a plan. You'll have to see how much minimally, if we want to grow some plants too, and with microgreens, and we should also think about the dust situation, and our understanding is that the dust with this simulant is not nearly as bad as with the G0 simulant. So I think we should be good, but as long as we're not like, we don't take a leaf blower, right? So, see another one of our alumni there, and Hope Thurston will be joining us.
How many students are we expecting to receive? You have any idea? Or participants?
We have 8 so far.
Okay.
8 people have applied and enrolled. Awesome. I think our next planning meeting is scheduled for August 5th, around that time. And so that would be after our next meeting in late July. So I hope to see you guys there. Yes. And should make some more progress too by then, and toward the schedule. Yes.